Wow. C'est Mission Planète Gong.
Good day, everyone. Spaceman here, invading your space once again because you've chose to hit that click button with another video of mine. Today I'm smoking some Edwards Reserve, which is a very good English blend. It's comprised of Latakia, Virginia, and Cavendish, and I'm smoking it in my Forseti Walnut Billiard. Anyway, it's been aging in this jar since last September. Which would be what, 9 months? Funny thing is, when because I only hand tightened it because it's English, and I wanted to leave some air in there, a little bit of air, to help it age well. But I noticed when I went to push on the top lid, it's still popping. It's still beveled up a little bit. I wonder, does that indicate that that's a complete seal, or that's a good enough seal? I don't know. But the tobacco is good. It tastes somewhat aged. So with that being said, I've been waiting, while I try this. It's a good blend. Let's see, what's the predominant flavor here? Well, I'm tasting a lot of Virginia, I can tell you that. I taste some Latakia, but maybe a little bit more Virginia than Latakia. Can't seem to find any real reviews on this blend. So it hasn't hit the pipe tobacco circuit big time yet, unless, there's a lot of these people just haven't decided to review it. I'm sure a lot of people smoke it. I'm sure it sells well. It's pretty good tobacco. By the way, just to show you a little nifty thing I did here, with one of my empty Boswell tins, I put some matches in it. Nice use of some space there, huh? And I just came across an interesting article about Burbia pipes, and an article, a sub-article to the article about Burbia pipes, talks about the company's introduction of their own series of pipe tobaccos. And one of them kind of struck a note with me. It's called Symphonia Mixture Number 23, a mixture of Virginias and Black Cavendish that offers flavors of yellow, plums, and oranges. So I thought that was kind of unique. I don't know whether that's available at Pipes and Cigars or Smoking Pipes or one of them. But it sounds interesting to say the least. it's worth checking out. I have a Burbia pipe, which I have not smoked on one of my videos yet, but I will be presenting that pipe later on. It was one of the first good pipes I ever bought back in the 90s. They're not bad pipes, to tell you, to be honest with you, and it's really a beautiful pipe. But here's some anyway. I'll give you an idea. Anyway, this blend is melding together very well. I mean, the Virginias and the Latakia and the Cavendish is all like just as I thought. After letting it age since last September, which, like I said, is 9 months, is actually was well worth it. It's actually, it tastes very smooth and very creamy, and everything is just like melding together very well. Burning a little bit hot, I'm thinking because of the Virginia, the sugars in the Virginias. So I find myself having to set my pipe down every few minutes, unless I was to puff very, 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 very slow. And that's unusual for me. But anyway, I'm going to finish looking at this Pipes and Tobaccos magazine, and I have nothing. Oh, yes, I do have something to talk about. I wanted to mention, since it's Father's Day, you know, my father's 98 years old. He'll be 99 on July 23rd. Okay. So as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of all the things that my father told me when I was growing up as a young boy, and all the things we did together, and how that when I was 3 years old, he used to take me to see one of the last of the steam engines that used to run through our town. This was in the late 60s, 1967. So I was about 3 years old then. And although most steam engines had disappeared by the 50s, sometime in the late 50s, there was still a railroad that was running some steam engines. And I remember quite well those engines. It was quite an experience, because he would take me to this track in where I used to live back in Vineland. It was on Vine Road, and I would watch the train go by. And hence I've always had this passion and love of trains all my life, and ended up watching trains about 13 years ago, somewhere around there, and then seriously videotaping them like a few years after that, starting around 2007. So if you go back in the archives on my channel here, you will see a lot of train videos, hence the name Iron Rails and Pipe Dreams. And then when I was in my late 30s, I ventured back into the model railroading hobby. Previously, I had a couple of different trains growing up as a child. At 5 years old, I had a small train. It was by Marx. It wasn't Lionel, and it was just a circle track, just a small circle. And I used to set it up and watch it. And we should set it up around the Christmas tree at Christmas time. And as I got a little older, my parents bought me a HO scale, a Tyco HO scale set, and I put that on just a green grass mat on my bedroom floor and set that up with some trees and different things. But then when I was in my late 30s, I returned to the hobby, and I worked on the hobby from 2002 to 2014 before I moved to Florida. So now I haven't found a place to start another one yet, but I will soon. We're now looking for another place with more space, so I will be starting that venture soon. So you'll see videos on that as I progress along. But anyway, getting back to my original, I'm kind of swaying off here on this railroad thing. Growing up, you know, my father said some things to me, words of wisdom. And one of those words of wisdom stuck in my mind to this day. And it was, keep a low profile. Now, imagine me keeping a low profile. I'm very opinionated. I'm very talkative. Wasn't really in my nature to keep a low profile. But that was his advice. And at times, I do see where there is a time where you should keep a low profile, and then there's a time when you need to speak out. So it's kind of like variates, you know. But I can understand where he's coming from with that. You have to choose your words carefully when you're amongst a crowd of people. Think before you say something. Think it out. Do I have all the bases covered on this? You know, am I going to say something and, you know, somebody else is going to say something and I'm going to look like an idiot or whatever. So you have to know what you're talking about, of course, before you make a statement. But that being said, that was good advice that he gave me. And there was a period of time when I really followed that to the T. And I'm still trying to follow that. But every now and then, you know, I get like where I want to opinionate and I want to open up and I want to, you know, speak what I feel inside of me. And I don't know how many of you do that, but my father's been a great man all these years. I love him very much and I wish him a happy Father's Day. And I'm going to get off of here and shut this video down so I can finish my bowl of Edwards Reserve, which is very good. And I'm going to give him a call and wish him a happy Father's Day. So you all do the same. And for all of those of you who have lost your fathers, I'm very sorry. You have my sympathies. But try to always remember how great your father was, and or rather remember the good things about your father if there were negative things, and there always are negative and positive. Always remember the good things that you were blessed with and be thankful for what you have, for what God has given you. So he gave me a nice set of parents. I lost my mom almost 3 years now, so 2.5 years ago. So, and I'm hoping to see my father make it to 100. We'll have a big party for him. Anyway, happy Father's Day to all you fathers, and I will catch you later.
C'est mission pleine gong.